Have you ever walked into a farm and looked at a farmer and wondered if he or she is having plans of traveling to space? If you have ever wondered that, probably it's because you saw a farmer dressed in hand gloves, respiratory dust masks, a spray suit with a hoodie and rubber gumboots, but the farmer is just protecting himself from the harmful field chemicals that might come in contact with him or her during spraying. All of the chemicals used in weed and pest control are poisonous and harmful to a farmer's health, and thus the farmer needs to take protective measures while spraying in the farm. There are different protective gear that are worn in the farm. These include dust masks, goggles, rubber boots, gloves and spray suits. Safety measures are not only done during the spraying but also after you're done. Wash hands immediately after handling pesticides, remove contaminated protective clothing immediately after the field and put on a clean set of clothes. Dispose already used empty chemical containers. Keep the chemical containers out of children's reach.
If it's a knapsack, we normally tell our farmers that you should not touch those chemicals. So, and that's why we advise them on using the gloves while they are spraying. And then we have different kind of pumps, and you know the bigger the pump, the more the pressure. So we advise them, the more you're advanced, the more you get more advanced equipments for protection. So those are the kind of things we tell our farmers, because there is a certain glove that you can use when you're using a knapsack, and there's a certain glove that you use, a heavy duty one that you use when you're having these big machines.
Whether you're a large or a small scale farmer, there are different spray pumps that fit your farming.
If the farmer maybe has a very small place that you have farmed, maybe kales, or maybe a small garden farm, kitchen garden, yes. Now what we do is you take the knapsack. It's the best to use in such a particular need. And then if you have a big farm, you cannot use the knapsack simply because it's going to make you tired. So we have another pump that is more advanced. Maybe it uses the engine. So that one is a bit advanced, and it's not time consuming. So it's affordable considering what you're farming.
Here is Julie Gadhoni's advice to farmers who haven't yet started using protective gear and spray pumps.
We tell our farmers those chemicals, they are also harmful to the pumps. So what you do is when you're done spraying, you put clean water in the pumps, and then you spray that water so that you can wash away the chemical. And then now when it comes to the brush cutters, you know, now when you start the engine, there's a place that is a bit hot. So we normally advise we show them where you're supposed to, what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to handle them, so that you cannot be able to harm yourself or hurt yourself. Because now, if it's the brush cutter, when it's working, you cannot go and touch that where that place is cutting. It can cut you. So we normally advise them, and we normally give them manuals to enable them to be able to work better with the equipment.
Part of the Nyeri County government's and the Expo Organizing Committee's strategy was to provide markets to the coffee farmers, thus breaking away from monopoly. What is monopoly? This is a type of market in which we have a single buyer and many sellers. The coffee business for so long has been governed by monopoly, which generates inefficiency within the market because the demand, quantity and price are below equilibrium in a perfectly competitive market. This has made the farmers' incomes to remain low, leading to high poverty and insecure livelihoods. But not for Mr. David Kimondo, who is a coffee farmer and actively involved in agribusiness. As the saying goes, to make agriculture sustainable, the farmer has to be able to make a profit.
Hawa ndio nimefanya nikuja katika hii maonyesho ya Nyeri. Ndio ya kwamba katika shirika hili la Agriculture and Food Authority ambayo iliniambia niweze kufanya value addition ya kahawa, ndio wakulima waweze kupata pesa nyingi kuliko zile wanapata kutoka kwa sheri.
There are other challenges along the chain. Of course, The processing, has been a challenge also, because most of our factories are still using very old technology, and therefore a lot of efficiency is lost. And as a county government, we have come up with a strategy of working with some factories and really showcasing, how to move in terms of proper technology. So we are going to be working with some of these factories to see that we change, for instance, the pulping equipment that they use, moving towards, for instance, what we call eco-pulpers, which are more efficient, so that again, we don't compromise our quality, because we grow some of the best coffee, but sometimes some of that quality is lost at the processing level, and this is something we have to take care of. Of course, even the drying beds, and the fermentation tanks, there's a lot of work that needs to be done, which is why we are saying if all stakeholders come together, we believe that we will get a solution to this.
High profitability from coffee farming comes from value-added products as opposed to the traditional and normal means of selling coffee cherries to the international markets for further processing. An example of a coffee value-added product is the coffee oil that is extracted from the coffee beans. Coffee oil is usually produced through cold pressing roasted or green coffee beans. Besides coffee oil having a rejuvenating aroma, there are also a number of health benefits accompanied by it. It helps in fighting nausea, helps in respiration by clearing blocked nasal passages. It can also be used as an antidepressant. It also helps in skin tightening and good hair growth. Coffee oil also provides vitamin B3, which controls skin cancer infection.
Watu wengi wanaweza kuuliza mafuta ya kahawa. Kahawa iko na mafuta. Ndio, kahawa iko na mafuta ambayo iko bei ghali sana, na ambaye katika Ulaya ni matajiri peke yake ambaye huweza kununua hayo mafuta. Sababu kitu cha kwanza, yanakataza wewe kuzeeka. Yanatoa hizi black circles zinakuwa katika nyuso za watu, thin lines ambazo zinaonyesha uzee wa watu, kuondoa na mafuta ya kahawa. Pia hutumika kwa cosmetic sana. Kwa hivyo most katika vitu vya cosmetic, ikiwa na mafuta ya kahawa, bei yake huwa ni ghali zaidi, sababu inajulikana uzuri wake, sababu ile caffeine yake. Tuseme kama kuna hizi black circles zimeanza kupata watu katika nyuso zao, ukipaka hii mafuta, tuseme uchukue mafuta kidogo tu, uwe uko na ka black spot upake, kufikia kesho kutwa hiyo ngozi imerudi vile ilikuwa. Tuseme uko na alama, ulikuwa na accident, ulikuwa na alama ambaye mpaka mtu akaangalia anaanza kukuuliza hii alama ilitoka wapi. Uanze kupaka mafuta ya black coffee, utakuta ngozi yako itarudi ile ngozi ulizaliwa nayo. Hiyo ndio umuhimu wa mafuta ya kahawa.
The extraction process doesn't use heat, resulting in purer and better quality yields, although slow. The chemical and aromatic composition of the coffee bean changes through the process of roasting. Cold pressing coffee beans results in a silky oil that is light on the skin and has an earthy green aroma. Mr. Kimondo explains the extraction process.
Tuko na mashini za cold press ambazo tunatumia kutoa katika hizi sherry. Tukiweka inatoa mafuta, lakini inachukuanga kahawa kama kilo 30 ndio upate lita moja ya mafuta. Kwa hivyo ukiangalia bei ya kahawa kilo 30, utajua mafuta lazima iwe bei ghali kidogo. Hata ingawa nafikiria kuipaki katika small quantities ndio yaweza kufikia kila mtu ambaye anaweza kununua.
Together strong, united unbeatable is the message Mr. Kimondo has to other small-scale farmers, as it is the only way that will propel their development.
Ile kitu imefanya nikuje hapa ndio tushikane na hao wakulima wadogo, tutengeneze cottage industries zetu. Iwe sasa ile kitu tunauza ng'ambo, si hao kahawa ambao tunaanza kusema serikali saidia. Tunaweza kuchukua mafuta yenyewe ambayo ni ya bei ghali, ni atume. Na tukiatuma, pesa itakuwa kama sasa, kulingana na research yangu, lita moja ya mafuta Ulaya ya coffee ni 25,000 Kenya money. Kwa hivyo kama wakulima tutashikana, hakuna wakati kilo 30 itapatia 25,000. Kwa hivyo tukiweza kufanya value addition, already tutakuwa sasa tumefika kiwango kingine, si kile kiwango cha umaskini cha kulialia kila wakati.
We are also focused on marketing, and as you are aware, His Excellency the Governor has been meeting potential buyers from Italy and other countries. You have seen some of them visit some of our cooperatives, and this is an engagement that we wish to continue with, and we are sure that if we put our house in order, our farmers are going to benefit in a big way. So we are asking our farmers to stay focused. There is hope. This is a sector that we cannot let go down because it is one of our priority value chains as a county. So there is a lot of work that we will be doing. But as we do this, we are also calling upon the farmers and the management of the cooperatives that they also improve, on matters, especially governance and management, because that is one area where we have a major problem. And like one of you have rightly said, there is actually an audit that was carried out last year, the results of which have been released to the various cooperatives. Each and every cooperative has gotten a report for their cooperative, and they know the areas that they need to improve on to ensure that farmers benefit in a good way. So this is again an area that we will continue watching. Cooperatives are private entities, so as a county government, we have no intention of micromanaging them. But we are asking that our farmers become more aware. Let's put in place the right leadership. Let's ensure that the opportunities that come to us don't come and pass because we are in a continuous fight. Let's work together, and I'm sure that we will put the subsector in this county to the level that it is supposed to be.
We take a short commercial break, but when we come back, we slightly diverge from coffee but stick on value addition. Don't touch that dial.